Hey y'all, it's Shani, certified feline training and behavior specialist with Wild at Heart, and we need to stop glorifying obese cats. You know, I think all cats are beautiful, but North America in particular has an epidemic with feline obesity and diabetes, and it's just not okay. It's borderline abusive. I'm gonna show you an incredible before and after photo of two cats that were surrendered to the shelter I used to work for, were adopted, and then unfortunately surrendered again, but their previous adopter did amazing at getting these cats to the weight that they should have been. Stay tuned. This is yet another reason why what we feed our cats, how we feed our cats, and how often we play with them drastically affects their physical health and then also their mental health. As a shelter worker, I have met a ton of obese cats, and some of them were also diabetic. And one of the reasons why they were surrendered to the shelter is because they were diabetic and their guardians did not want to have to deal with that and give them insulin. And every single one of those cats, what did they have in common? They were all free-fed dry food. Cats naturally eat many small meals a day. We should be feeding our cats at least 5 small meals a day, mainly wet food. Research shows when we feed cats how they are supposed to be fed as a species, which means many small meals a day, that not only lends to weight loss, it also lends to weight management. In addition to feeding our cats appropriately, we also need to provide them with opportunities to exercise. In the wild, cats are fierce predators. They would be hunting for their food every single day, multiple times a day. When we have forced them to live inside, we need to mimic those natural behaviors by playing with our cats at least 2 times a day for 10 to 20 minutes. So Mew and Nutters are a mother and son duo that were surrendered to the shelter I used to work for. They were free-fed dry food, and as you can see, they were severely obese. Nutter was 30 pounds when we first met him. He also was diabetic. So not only was he obese, he could barely move around. He could not properly clean himself. He had to be on a very strict diet. Unfortunately, when you have a diabetic cat, you have to feed them around their insulin, and generally they're getting insulin only 2 times a day. So not only is this cat suffering, being physically obese, but also having to get injections twice a day, and then also not being able to be fed how they're supposed to be fed. He also had to have a monitor implanted on his skin, which he hated, but it was the only way that we could properly manage his insulin intake based on his blood sugar. Not only that, look at his coat. He is covered in dandruff. I get this question so often. My cat has so much dandruff. And sure, sometimes it can be allergies, but a lot of times it's related to their diet. So these two cats literally are suffering because their previous guardian simply did not feed them appropriately or give them opportunities for exercise. With that said, their original guardians didn't know any better. And I honestly don't hold any hard feelings for them. They did the right thing by surrendering these two cats to us so we could provide them the care that they desperately needed. Here are the pictures. Here are Mew and Nutters before and after. I mean, look at this glow up, y'all. He can actually walk. He is now 12 pounds, which is a good weight for him. And check out his mom living her best life, playing, looking svelte. Get it? And the best news ever, beyond them no longer being obese and Nutters no longer being diabetic, they have already been adopted again, and I truly hope that this home is their forever home.